I'm going to show you how to use an air nailer now. It seems like it's not a big deal, but there are a few tricks you need to know. One of the things is to just put a few drops of oil into your nailer before each use. It doesn't take very much. You don't want the oil coming out the exhaust, but a few drops each time will do the trick. Right now here I'm assembling a little bit of kick base, and I want to show you how to use an air nailer safely. But before we get there, it's always important to test the air pressure and depth setting of your air nailer. So you want to use the same kind of wood that you're going to be nailing into. You don't want to find that the nailer overdrives or underdrives when you actually get to what you're working with. Both of these pieces happen to be a piece of cherry that I'm using right now, so I've got a scrap piece here, and let's just see how it drives. That's pretty well perfect. I might want it a little bit deeper if I was going to be filling, but these nail holes will be hidden, so I think that's just about right. These are the pieces for the kick base. This is the horizontal piece, and this is the vertical piece. You can do yourself a very big favor by cutting some scrap material the same width as the vertical piece, because that means that the horizontal piece fits on top. You don't have to worry about keeping it straight up and down. It's fully supported and ready to go. So this is not a critical joint. Nothing about this joint is going to be visible, but we still want to be neat about it. So I'll put on a little bit of glue here. Cabinet making friend of mine says that you should always put on just the right amount of glue. And by that he means enough to cover the joint without excess squeeze out. So that should be about what we've got here. Now, the main safety thing with air nailers is to watch out for an area of danger that you might not suspect. Now, I'm of course not going to put my finger anywhere near the muzzle of this thing, but there's another danger zone, and that's over here. And that's something you might not realize. Nails, air-driven nails, are surprisingly flexible. If you've ever taken one on its own, they're much easier to bend than a regular finishing nail, which means that if that nail hits an area of hardwood or a knot or some wavy grain, it can actually bend and come out sideways, which is not a nice thing to find by accident. So I'll warn you ahead of time. Just want to get this aligned here. I'm shooting in the middle of this thickness of wood, and I'm applying some pressure down with the gun. My hands are well away from anything because this is the danger zone on the side here, and I don't want to get caught. So there we go. Just slightly countersunk. I'll continue along. I'll do the other end, and then I'll do the middle, because it's not unusual for there to be a slight warp. So I want to get the ends correct, and then I can wrestle the middle into position and continue with the nailing. Thanks for watching. Click here to join the thousands of people who get the Bailey Line Road hands-on how-to newsletter for free every Saturday morning.